Oh my gosh, there they are. K-Bob, Vera, dude, James, Fire Knight. What is going on, you guys? I'm just getting a couple things set up. I figured we're supposed to start at 4, and I'd never streamed over here before, so I figured I'd come on for 30 minutes early. Do a just start streaming now, and see if I can identify any problems that there might be. So far, so good. Thank you, James. I appreciate that, buddy. I really do. But while we're getting ready, let's go ahead and have a conversation. Things look like they're going to be streaming well. On today's show, we're going to be having a special guest, Rayrod, on the show to be talking about his multiverse mod. Links. There's Links. What's up, buddy? Great to have you back. I've been missing my podcast to download for work. Oh. Big Pidge. Cobra, praise the Atlas. It's back. That's right. That is right. There's a lot of topics I want to bring up tonight. Thank you, Vanilla. Thank you. Let's Plays in the house. Big Pidge, K-Bop. Man, you guys, I missed you so much. I missed you. We're going to be starting at 4 o'clock, but I'm probably going to come on camera here in a second and just chit-chat with you guys for about 30 minutes. So if there's any questions that you want to ask me pre-show, by all means, go ahead. Let me double check and make sure Rayrod is still on the docket for tonight. Ah, he always scares me. He's always scared me. I know he's going to come on, but he never responds. He's like me. He's like me. The guy's busy. Let's take a look at the chat. Might see you in the verse soon. Need to see if my rig can handle it. It's a good topic. Vera, I have not done the whole living ship arc yet. No. I've just recently started playing some No Man's Sky on Twitch. We're getting back into it. I do want to explain a lot tonight. I mean, a lot. Allmaker says, you may praise the Atlas, but I know the Abyss will replace it all. The Atlas is a dying god of nothing but lines of code and simulations. Just kidding. Nice to see you doing No Man's Sky stuff again, pal. Thank you, buddy. Hey, Cobra. I enjoy both channels, NMS and Starset. Thank you, Marcus. Thank you, dude. Link says, you guys need to sort out your timing. What do you mean? Ooh. Procedural Traveler. Ah, Procedural Traveler. But this is the #1 radio show in Euclid Galaxy. He might be in a different galaxy. I like Procedural Traveler. He's a good kid. Good kid. And we got about 30 minutes before we start. So if you want to just hop on over to Procedural Traveler there and paying some attention. Tell him I said hi. Tell him Cobra says hi. Let's see. You guys need to sort out your timing. Let's Play says, any ideas for the next update? Well, that's what I'd like to speculate about today. We have Rayrod coming on to talk about the data mine files. And I'm not here to hype up any update. That's not what I'm here for. And I'm not here to jump on a hype train. if I wanted to do that, and we'll talk about this when the show starts, I would capitalize on that on my main channel. I miss you guys. I miss doing this. And I'm easing the way back in, respectfully, right? I know a lot of people have, like Procedural Traveler, have come aboard, and I don't want to overshadow a lot of people who have tried to make their mark in the No Man's Sky subcast genre. Which, let me be clear. I created the word subcast. I created it. I made sure when I first started branding it that it was not used anywhere. Subcast, I think, is a word that was used by a company that did casting for something. But we're coming back over here first. Eventually, I am going to... It depends. It depends how things go. But in the future, I really want to merge this and all Space Nerds together under space exploration in video games. Period. Whether it be Elite Dangerous, No Man's Sky, Star Citizen. We'll talk about that. I'm getting too far ahead of myself here. Let me catch up on the chat. Yes, a little early, 20th century father. How you doing, buddy? I came on early to make sure everything was going to go right. I haven't streamed to this channel ever. So I gave myself 30 minutes to kind of test the waters to see if everything was going to go good, see if everything was going to go right. So that's why we're here. Technically, we're not started yet. We're not started yet. We're going to be... Well, that's... We're going to be jumping on camera here in just a little bit. Look. Oh, God. I gotta put out this fire. We're going to be jumping on camera here in just a little bit. And, so yeah, okay, I'm literally listening to both of you right now. Knew it, oh my gosh, I'm falling behind here. I save edited mine. Ain't nobody got time for timed quests. Is the crossplay update the only one this summer? I don't think so. We're going to talk about that too. I don't think it's the only update this summer. Because he alluded to more. Did you share this on your Twitter? Not yet. We're not technically live yet. We're not going to be live until about 4. So then I'll share it. But if you guys want to go ahead and share it now, please. Sharing is way better than donations, right? This channel's not monetized, but if anybody would like to help us out, I'm trying to get my own keyboard, MIDI controller, to make our own music for content. Because I am a backyard musician, or a basement musician, whatever you want to call it, garage musician. And I can make my own ambient music and synthwave music for the videos instead of using copyright-free stuff, which it kind of feels like it's still not my own creation. So we're trying to get a MIDI controller, which I think I could get one for about $100. I'm not going to go full insane on a really good one. I just need something simple. That's all. With a good piece of software, and we'll be fine. Did you see? Yes, it is. I have PT on side and Procedural Traveler. Tell him I said hi, guys. Nobody knows, but no is a good guess. There should be a big update on the anniversary as per every year. Should be. I actually think that this crossplay is definitely a preload for an update, if you catch my drift. We'll talk about that too. Rayrod is the best. Code is second nature to this man. His data mines are the most trustworthy. Yes, we're going to talk about the data mines. He's got some stuff to say about it. He's got a lot of stuff to say about it. Let me go ahead and get on camera. May as well. Why am I off camera? There we go. Well, let's get the let's get the smoke off. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? How you like the background here? Oh man, I need to catch up on chat. Aniki, how you doing, buddy? Oh man, hold on, guys, hold on. I thought this was gonna be easy since we're gonna have a small crowd tonight. Hold on. What all have you been doing in No Man's Sky? Well, we just started playing it for Twitch. We did a couple runs. I was showing the Star Citizen community No Man's Sky is what I was trying to do. I was trying to introduce them to No Man's Sky, just like I tried to introduce Star Citizen to you guys, right? I'm addicted to space games. All right, I'm sorry. I need help. And the problem with space games is each and every one of these space games are so elaborate that they soak up so much of your time. And it's really hard to play multiple. And I kind of see why people take sides. Like, I play Elite Dangerous. I play No Man's Sky only. I play Star Citizen. So I understand why some people say those things, because they take so much time to get involved. Like, they're really elaborate. However, some people just choose to hate the other space games and say, "Oh, screw that. I only play this one, or I only play that one." Man, let me catch up. Hold on, guys. Just hold on for a second. Hold on for. I'm literally listening to both of you right now. Says Links. Knew it. I save edited. Okay, I read that already. Did you share this on? No, I read that already. Let's see. Ray Rudd is the best. Yep. English hard. I'm Russian and I'm drunk. Says Links. Ever a chance where you'd think about retro Let's Plays? What do you mean? Oh, those. That's a good idea, James. Aniki says, "Hey, Cobra, Vera Elite is getting space legs for a price." Yeah, I know. It's that's a topic. You know what I mean? That's definitely a topic. Every form of space games is great, so I don't mind at all. I can't wait and hope everybody gets along. Despite being different games, still the same ideas and hopes. Big universe. Let's see. Oh, good comment, Allmaker. Right after my own heart, buddy. Well said, Aniki. Okay. Hell no, bigger update coming. I agree, Aniki. Yeah, there's one coming. Oops, sorry, Cobra. I shared. It's okay, Big Pidge. It's okay. We can have it shared. It's fine. We're early. Still got about 18 minutes left, but it's fine. It's good. Like I said, we're just testing to see if everything's gonna go right. It looks like everything's gonna go right. Aniki says, "Hey Nell, YouTube said you were live. That's how I found it." Okay, awesome. I guess they sound out. Were you subscribed, Alex? I've been messing around with the Byte Beats. I'm not too good with. I'm good with a keyboard in front of me with the keys, and I'm gonna get good at Byte Beats. Oh, thank you so much, Links. It says your music taste is exceptional. Have you looked for MIDI controller at Sweetwater? No, I haven't, Marcus. Okay, so one other thing I need to do. I need to take off alerts. The last thing I want is for the wrong kind of alert to show up on here. Also, if you guys donate, I'm sorry, I'm using the same Streamlabs I use for everything, as far as Streamlabs OBS. So I don't know if the notification is going to show up for when you donate. So just let me know in the chat there, so I can thank you if you do. Hold on, let me catch up here. Okay. Like spiking. Thank you so much, James. Did you play the Outer Worlds much? No. I don't. I like space games, but I like certain kinds of space games. I like space games that are not a tunnel. I like space games that are a canvas for my own adventure. not a big fan of story-driven games that are specifically only story-driven games. Although I do play some accidentally get me addicted. I play Matterflow Afternoon. Hopefully we get a port to the PS5. Imagine NMS on PS5. Look, that's a given, dude. We could talk about that too. Hello, travelers. How you doing, Redman? Crow Tamer, Wicked Thorn. Man, you guys, I missed you guys. You, the 23 of you that are here, which I didn't even think there was going to be that much showing up tonight, have really touched my heart. I've missed you guys so damn much. Okay, awesome, Alex. Awesome, buddy. Thank you so much, man. What's up, Cobra? How's it going? Vargul. There he is. There he is. One of my favorite callers from the past. I really hope that you call in, man. And again, we really need Waking Titan back. I need a guy. I need to guide a hamster around a maze for hours on end. Yeah. Will you check out my game if you will have more time? I will, Links. Look, I've been paying attention. You've messaged me a couple times and I've watched what you showed me, and I'll show you later. I know it's not a good thing to brag about. It's actually a bad thing to brag about, right? I have over 700 unread messages in Discord. I can't respond to everybody, and sometimes like people like you, who I really want to pay attention to, it just gets buried, and then I forget to double back, and when I remember, it's buried. You know, it's a mess. But I can show you how many unread messages I have tonight. I trust me, I am not ignoring you whatsoever, buddy. You're doing great with your game. We missed you, your voice of NMS. Good to see you back. My man, thank you, Jordan. Thank you so much, buddy. Faraway places in the chat. Vanilla says we missed you as well. Thank you, Vanilla. Marcus G, I'm really waiting for Squadron 42 because I am a Wing Commander, Chris Roberts fan. Star Citizen is a testament to how good it will be. Yes. Oh, yes. Have you seen the visual trailer? I mean, I'd hate to take a look at it on the debut of the No Man's Sky subcast, but it's something we could do maybe at the end of the show. The visual trailer is absolutely amazing. I got to catch up. We're almost caught up. Mutual feelings, says Vera. The Lone Traveler. Miss you, Cobra. Glad you're back. Thank you so much, dude. Link says, I understand. Jordan says, got to play the crossplay update. It works really well. They're already working on a patch they did to experiment. I've seen that. Thank you. Marcus says, I still want volcanoes, asteroid landings on NMS. Look, we didn't get lava. We didn't get volcanoes, tornadoes. We didn't get a lot of stuff that a lot of us wanted. And I think we all know, Sean Murray wasn't, he wasn't, Hello Games, and instead of just saying Sean Murray, I don't think they were able to achieve a lot of what they wanted to achieve with No Man's Sky, because they did make it for PlayStation at the beginning. They were optimizing it for PlayStation, and they weren't optimizing it for PC, which could handle a heck of a lot more. You could create a game that's like generations ahead of time. So there was a lot that Hello Games was not able to do with No Man's Sky. And with the next generation right around the corner, I predict there is a next gen version of No Man's Sky coming very, very soon with the next generation. Now, it's not, I don't know if it would be called No Man's Sky 2. I don't know how they would do it, because if they add content into this next generation version of No Man's Sky that they were not able to do currently when they started making this game in 2012, which think about how long ago that was, right? 2012 was when they started developing this game. It's old, and then when they updated the graphics, they updated on top of the existing 2012 version of when they started developing the game. So there is a lot that they did not get achieved. Is the music too loud? So when Sean Murray's not going to let this... Look at what he's done. Ported to Windows 10. Ported to Xbox. He's made everything crossplay now. They made everything crossplay now. So, and I bet you he's been sitting there with a piece of paper and a napkin saying, how the heck do I get this thing on Switch? You know what I mean? Sean Murray definitely wants No Man's Sky, or a version of No Man's Sky, or some other type of game like No Man's Sky. He definitely wants to see what he can achieve on next gen. So it's not out of the question at all. Let me take a look at the chat. Marcus says, I agree 100%. That will change the PS. It will. I think this next generation version is going to be insane. It's kind of insane that No Man's Sky is going to be 4 years, yes. And think about when the development started. Development started for No Man's Sky, like, what, 9 years ago? When Living Ship in-game ARG was kicking off, I missed your commentary in the community. Did you miss being involved? I did, Faraway Place. I did. I was watching from afar. I was watching Sword's YouTube channel, watching him go through the whole thing, and yes, I wanted to get involved. Since September, back in September, when I had that last subcast, I was messed up in my head. If you guys remember, I tried to do a subcast. I was crying on the damn thing, right? And there was so many things going on with me. I ended up privating that video. It's private. It's not deleted. It's not gone. It's private. But I was screwed up in my head. There were so many issues happening right around that time. Oh, look, Sword's in the chat. Woo! All right. How you doing, Sword? That's the man right there. That is the man right there. Thank you so much for coming by, buddy. We're going to be getting on the call here in a little bit. So we still have about 8 minutes before the show actually starts. It's kind of actually started. My gosh, look at this. You guys have showed up to this. If anybody knows anyone who might be still interested in Cobra TV, share this link with them, guys. Maybe the message didn't get to them that we were going to be doing these again over here. Who knows, maybe they didn't understand and they're still waiting for me to go live on the other channel. But if you know anybody that would be interested in getting involved and calling in or watching or listening, send them a link to this this video, this live stream. Get to listen while I drive home. Right on. What's up, Cobra? Hey, Truth Mechanic, how you doing, man? Wow, I'm on the radio. I made it, guys. I made it on the radio. I'm in somebody's car. On the speakers. Truth Mechanic, thank you, buddy. Yeah, the sentient weapon, that is Sword. Just kidding. Hi, Vanilla. Mad Scottish, what's going on, buddy? Pwn Stream, Phil Cartoons. Phil Cartoons? Whoo, Phil's popped into one of the Patreon shows and hung out with us for a little bit. We just had a Survival Bob just commented saying new subscriber. Survival Bob, thank you so much. I don't know if you can see this live stream or if you're just commenting on another video. Let's see. Uncle Traveling Matt? Are you freaking kidding me? Uncle Traveling Matt, I've known that dude, I think, ever since 2015. Maybe earlier. Who's always been in the comment section on the official Cobra TV channel. Thank you so much for popping in, buddy. I appreciate that. I've been looking forward to this all week. Thank you, Phil. Great to see this Cobra. Okay. I bet you missed that No Man's Sky soundtrack, Cobra. Yes! Can you hear this beautiful music? And I want to make this kind of music on my own instead of using other people's stuff. So we are trying to get enough funds to get a MIDI controller, which is like a keyboard that you plug into your computer. I want to make my own music. I can make music on my own. So if you'd like to donate, we don't have Streamlabs, but we do have, we do have Streamlabs. We do not have Super Chat. So, because it's kind of a brand new channel. It's not really brand new. It's been around for a little bit. I used to dump clips over here so I wouldn't forget them or lose them. Brent Kerman. I sometimes get nostalgia for old versions. There is a Steam workaround to download them. Oh my god, dude. Let me tell you guys something. Screw the people of 2016, dude, who ruined my experience by constantly commenting on my YouTube channel when I was trying to play No Man's Sky. Look, you guys probably do not agree with me, but 2016 vanilla version of No Man's Sky is my favorite version ever. Yes, I love the additions. Yes, I love the improvements, but there was something special, and it's not nostalgia. It's not nostalgia that brings me back to longing for vanilla. What it was more of a canvas, more of a ominous, ambient experience that was just bone-chilling. Just a movie set to my imagination. And it still is that, but with distractions. With distractions. I love 2016 version of No Man's Sky the best. Where are my notifications at YouTube? Oh, Jeefus, what is going on, dude? I'm sorry, the chat's going by really fast. I wonder if I can make this chat bigger because it's oh, there we go. That's much better. Woohoo. All right. If I miss your comment, guys, if you have something really super serious that you want me to read, just make sure you just type in Cobra TV. That way it highlights in orange. I have slight dyslexia, as I always have. And so Survival Bob says, wait, hold up, Ohio State. I'm from UGA, bro. UGA. I'm in Columbus, Ohio. Shout out to any Ohioans out there. Yes, we're still using Discord, 20th Century Father. Don't get in there yet. I've got to see, we've made some changes in there. I got to see what's going on with Discord before we start piling in. Oh, quarterback. See, Survival Bob, I hate sports. I barely know what a quarterback is. When someone says quarterback, I think they're trying to call heads or tails. You know, the back of the quarter. I don't know sports. I don't. Sports, people are taking one ball from one end. They're taking a ball from one end, taking it over this side. And football, take the ball over here, or take the ball over here. And basketball, take the ball over here, or take the ball over here. And baseball, look at tennis. Take the ball over here, take the ball over here. Can't stand it. Hurts my neck. You know? No, I'm kidding. Well, I'm a metalhead, Survival Bob. When I was in high school, instead of... I think this music's getting a little too loud. Hang on. Instead of getting into sports, I was a metalhead, and I was in a band. Just get everything turned down a little bit more, because we're getting ready to start here. Okay. All right, so Cobra TV still using the Discord, yes. I'm ready to crossplay with y'all. Yeah, you know what? We'll get into crossplay. We'll get into everything. If you want to bring up something, by all means, come on the show tonight. We're going to party together just like the old days. Bong whattin'? Bong whattin', that is funny. So, I'm thinking about doing one video a week that is called The Return of the Survivor. So we had the show Revenge of the Survivor, and I want to bring it back and do Return of the Survivor. James says there was always more than one NMS. 2016-2018 split. Yeah. Yep, Return of the Survivor's coming back too. I'm gonna do one video a week. Here on this channel. So, okay. This first episode, I'm going to front load a lot of what happened in my mind, a lot of what happened to people that I've been speaking to, people that have been coming over to my Twitch streams and trying to be provocateurs or whatever, provocateurs or whatever you want to call it. And please never turn your old NMS videos private. I'm not, Lynx. No, there's up there, man. And don't leave the Cobra TV channel, the main one, because this is temporary over here. Let's go ahead and get started. So we got a lot to talk about today, all right? And then we're going to talk about developments of No Man's Sky updates, everything. We're going to have Ray Rod come on the show, and he's going to talk about the data mine files. So he's got a lot to say about them, right? But let me just get caught up with everything first. I don't even know where to start. They're all bullet points in my head, and that's very dangerous. Turn crossplay off. Oh. Okay, so Daniel King, what is going on, dude? No, there's never been a Return to the Survivor episode, Captain Steve. We had Revenge of the Survivor, but there's a new series that's I'm going to be coming out called Return of the Survivor, because we're coming back. So, in 2019, I was dealing with a lot of issues. Now, here's a shit ton of honesty coming out right now. Anybody here for this first night is going to get every bit of honesty from me. And you'll be able to even question me if you call in. It was Uncle Traveling Matt. Early speculation days, waiting for No Man's Sky. Oh my gosh. The most memorable moments. I mean, we as a community were so viral. My channel even made it in the Guinness Book of World Records. My YouTube channel. For being the most popular channel to come to for No Man's Sky. Can you believe that? I am printed in the Guinness Book of World Records. Not as breaking a record, but No Man's Sky broke a record. And there's something inside on the page saying to check out Cobra TV. It is known as one of the most popular places to catch up on all the latest for No Man's Sky. Made it. I'm printed in a Guinness Book of World Records. I did it, Mom. All right. So, 2019 was a messed up year for me. I was coming off of the car accident. They had me on these pills. The doctor kept telling me to take them because I still limp today. I'll never walk right ever again. I limp. And it's worse when I have a day off because then I got to readjust. I can feel the metal in my foot. It bothers me. But they kept telling me to take these pills. I decided to stop taking these pills. These pills were for the pain. I decided to stop taking the pills because I didn't feel like I'm smart enough to know that these pills are habit forming, right? They kept prescribing them to me. Kept telling me to take them. So I decided to stop and very quickly realized I was addicted to those pills. I can't describe to you what it feels like to have withdrawal symptoms of those pills, right? It's horrible. It makes you feel, not only does it make you feel like you're having withdrawal, but it makes you feel sick, like you have the flu. It makes you feel anxious, anxiety, depression, all kinds of things. And I wasn't, if you remember, I wasn't making any content, even though I was home. I wasn't working for 6 months. And when I gave the pills to my wife, and I said, get these freaking things out of here. I don't care where you got it, just get them out of here. So she took them out. Worked through that. And then I started, I don't know if it was because of the car accident and the pill thing, I had zero passion for what I was doing. On top of that, my channel was being used for update hype. And that's all. Every day I'd wake up, there'd be people unsubscribing, people just going away. I would upload a video, I'd be lucky if it broke 1,000 views. And it's not about the views, it's about creating art and wanting to share that art with people. And if no one's seeing it, well then that defeats the purpose of working so hard to make something that I thought was fun and entertaining. But nobody was coming around. I shouldn't say nobody. You guys were. There was a main group of people that would always were there. You guys. But the channel was sinking. I lost passion for creating content. Not just passion for No Man's Sky. It wasn't just that. And I took a vacation in September, and I told myself I'm going to think about it while I'm on vacation. And at the end of the vacation, I'm more than likely just going to quit. I'm also I found something, you know, because I have talked about No Man's Sky since 2014, and here it was September 2019, and I moved everything over. I installed everything on the new computer, and out of boredom, I clicked on the launcher for the other game. I don't want to bring up, you know, I want this to be No Man's Sky focused tonight, and I want to explain for at least 15 minutes where I've been and why. And it was something that was new, something that was invigorating. And let me tell you, my jaw was open. It was agape when I was playing this, right? The only thing I could think of is I gotta show you guys what I had goosebumps. I've got to show you guys what I just played, because I couldn't believe it myself. And I'm not going to get into this. I'm just explaining what happened. But then I thought, I don't think I can, because I might get pushback. Will they like this? Like I do. I think they will, because they like the same things I like. So I sat on it for a couple of days. And then I was afraid to upload that first video. And I thought, I'm quitting anyway, so I'm just going to upload it. I did. And I got a lot of pushback. Not, I don't think from you guys, because you're here. A lot of people cussed me out, right? Which I find kind of strange. And then I had passion again. I don't know if it's the game that gave me passion or the game snapped me out of my depression. Something happened. And I wanted to create content again. I thought it was the game. I thought this is what is making me happy. This is what has turned me around and got me out of just the way I was feeling. I don't want to go too far into it because this is not a pity party. This is just me explaining what happened because you guys deserve some sort of explanation. And, since then, people have been coming by my Twitch channel to continue harassing me. And these are people that I recognize from the community that I helped build. I know. Thank you so much to everybody that's here tonight. I don't mean to... We're going to get into the No Man's Sky Subcast, I promise you. I just want to explain what happened and never talk about it again. Here, okay? And thank you so much for being here, guys. I really appreciate it. We're going to have Ray Rod come on tonight. Some people have been coming by my Twitch to continue the harassment, and their names that I recognize from our community. It is unfair that these people try to pit me between both games to compare them. And let me explain what I mean by that. If somebody comes by and they say, let me think. If they compare No Man's Sky, a feature of No Man's Sky, to a feature of Star Citizen, it is unfair to make me defend an opinion from one to the other, because then it makes me look like I am shit-talking No Man's Sky when I defend Star Citizen about something they said versus No Man's Sky. That pisses me off, and if you're here to do that, I will obliterate you from my life. I will ban you, kick you, I will get you out, because I'm not going to play that game. Right? That's a game I won't play. No pun intended. I don't... Okay. There are a couple of things about No Man's Sky that I have... It was painful for me to see. I have longed for a combat update that we really haven't gotten. A space combat update. They just haven't circled back to that. I've been vocal about that. I have longed for the trading aspect. Fight, trade, survive, explore. I have longed for a trading aspect of No Man's Sky that barely got off the ground. I wanted them to double back to that part. To be a space trucker in No Man's Sky, to deliver, to purchase goods in a very immersive way. Yes, it's a space, well, kind of, the space, it's not a space combat update. The living ship. But just because I can say that I wish they had done this and that does not mean that I don't love No Man's Sky. And people are using that against me. And people are using it against me when they say, other things that make me compare Star Citizen to No Man's Sky. And that happens in reverse sometimes too. I am here not to get clout, not to chase clout, not to chase the hype trade of any update. That's why we're doing it over here. So that way I don't get accused for using the bigger channel for, hey, look, Cobra's back just because there's an update. I don't really benefit a whole lot from it. This is a place where all of us can get together and spend time together on a call in a subcast. That's what this is. Preb K, thank you so much, buddy. If you love a game as much as I love No Man's Sky, we should be able to look at it objectively and be able to say, dang, I wish this. Dang, I wish that. Dang, I don't like this portion. And not be vilified for it. So, one day, I'm going to move the subcast for No Man's Sky to the main channel. Before I could do that, I've got to get rid of the stigma that some people have. For some reason, the two communities just can't exist together. And I don't know why. But with that said, you'll see a lot of people out there trying to destroy me, cancel me, ruin me, and you know who you are. I'm pretty sure he's stopped by today to see what I would say. And it's not true. I've got a bigger track record at loving this game and supporting this game and supporting the community than you do. So back off and stay away from here. All right. I said that. That's all I got to say about that. Okay. So I've been in the verse for a little bit. A lot of it. What, 7 months? No, it's fine. Yeah, Uncle Traveler Matt says, don't let a minority dictate you. Most of us love your content, and there will always be haters, especially these days. I agree, but I gotta be allowed the opportunity to speak my voice. If I don't, then that just leaves one side of a conversation. Nobody has a outlet to come see the other side. All they see is one person. And I will never let anybody dictate an opinion of mine without me having input. So even if it's one person making a post on Reddit, I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to bring it up. And it'll always be short. And that's it. So that's all I'm going to talk about. We're going to move on now. That's where I've been. And I'm not going to try to sell you guys on Star Citizen. That's not what this place is for. So, thank you, Lynx. I appreciate that, buddy. Marcus, thank you. Okay, what do we got on the docket tonight, guys? Well, we have Ray Rod coming on. I think. Let me double check real quick and see if he responded on Twitter. Uh-oh. He hasn't. You know Ray Rod. You know Ray Rod. He scares me to death and comes on at the last minute sometimes. But if he doesn't, then that's fine. Snow Obsidian is in the chat. What is up, Snow? As far as an update this summer, people were talking about an update not happening because they think the crossplay is the update of the year. I think that's false, and we can see that clearly. Do I have anything queued up? I got on here in a hurry, but I don't know if I ended up getting anything. I don't think I did. Whoops. Real quick, let's go over to... There we go. We got it. That sound that you're hearing is one of my kids playing Fortnite, of all games. See if we can get this on screen. So one of the biggest takeaways, and you guys already know this, is one of the big takeaways from this is making No Man's Sky available to vast new audiences. Let me get it on the big screen. Vast new audiences, and allowing those audiences to come together has been something we've been building towards for a long time. We're lucky to have one of the nicest and most welcoming gaming communities there is, and it's a delight to be able to allow them to play together. Big question is, who have you always wanted to play with? A tremendous work has gone into this update and the underlying technology and systems. We've moved to an entirely new networking architecture with more flexibility for the future. Hear that? Did you hear that? With more flexibility for the future. Allowing players to play together regardless of platform. I'm very proud of the team that has worked so hard to make this happen. Meanwhile, we are continuing to work hard on new content updates, large and small, for the future. Hello Games has a lot planned for No Man's Sky. They have a ton planned for No Man's Sky. Let me take a look at the chat. I've lost the chat. Where's the chat? There we go. For whatever reason they needed to do this crossplay, it has something to do with future updates. This is a primer, I believe, a primer for an update this summer, and I think they're just going to come out of nowhere with it. I mean, they don't announce anything until it's ready. To top that off, I don't know how many of you are aware of who Greg Buchanan is. Greg Buchanan is a lore writer for No Man's Sky. He's a writer. He doesn't work for No Man's Sky. Let me see if I can find his Twitter account. See if I can find that tweet. Let's see, Greg. There he is. Let me see if I can find his tweet. I don't know how often he does tweet, so. Wow, he does tweet a lot. He didn't used to. Come on, Greg. I'm not going to be able to find it. I'm not going to let it hold up the show here. But he did tweet out that he was writing new lore pieces for No Man's Sky. Yep. June 7th. He tweets a heck of a lot more than he used to. You guys have seen it though, right? I should have queued it up before the show. Anyways, he's been writing new lore for No Man's. Okay, Jordan says yep. Jordan follows him on Twitter. Okay, so a lot of people have seen it. He's been writing new lore for No Man's Sky, which means that, well, Greg is our answer to whether there's going to be a big update. I think that there's going to be a big update this year due to the fact that lore had to be written for an update. Greg Buchanan got his pencil and paper back out, wrote some new stuff. Eurogamer article, Hello Game says, this week will mark the first major moment of what will hopefully transpire to be an eventful summer for us. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Oops, I thought I had it on the screen there. I thought I had it on the screen. I guess I didn't. So, I think there's going to be another major update. Sean Murray said there's going to be large, and this is the beginning. You know, there's more in the future. And that crossplay and the network, which I think this is a next-gen quote. Let me see if I can get that back on the screen. I think this is a next-gen quote. Right here, where it says, a tremendous amount of work has gone into this update and the underlying technology and systems. We've moved to an entirely new networking architecture with more flexibility for the future, allowing players to play together regardless of platform. So we're at the end. Think about this for a second. We are at the end of this generation. We are at the end of PS4. PS5 is right around the corner. They're doing all this work. They're saying that this cross-platform and this new networking architecture is for the future. What does that mean when we are at the end of PS4? Are they hoping that people aren't going to buy the PS5? Are they hoping that even though people have the PS5, they're still going to play PS4 at the same time? Think about that for a second. They're doing all of this work, all this planning, talking about the future at the end of PS4. I truly believe that there's some big, big things coming for next generation. And I think that that's proof right there alone. I am going to start taking calls at this point. So let me get into Discord and see what rooms I have. I know we got the Atlas 102.5 FM room to get into, but I can't remember if that's unlocked for everybody. I know Patreon supporters are able to come in, which this could get a little confusing because some Patreon supporters might think, okay, so we have the Atlas room and the Subcast room. I'm going to create a room, a voice room. We'll call it the green room. Voice channel. Staff approved. So there we go. We had an incident on our YouTube channel, and it's one of the reasons why I stopped doing the live subcast. We had an incident where somebody came on and started shouting the N-word to get me banned or something. So we had to make this rule that you had to be at least level 1. to be able to get in and talk. Let's see, did that work? And for some reason, it's locked. If you're trying to get into the show, there is a room called Green Room. Well, let me create a text chat too for that. I have a solution. Text channel. Okay. There is a text channel. If you cannot get into the room because you left the Discord and came back for this day, let me know. I can give you staff approved. I know Phil Cartoons can. Hey, what's up, Phil? How you doing, buddy? I see Phil in the Discord. Lovely shade of green. Let me staff approve a couple of people. If you cannot get in there, I will staff approve you. That way you do not have to be level 1, and you'll be able to just enter the green room and wait to be raptured. So let me do one more final check on Rayrod. That's why I didn't put him in the title. I was afraid that something might happen. Okay, no Rayrod. All right, let me take a look at the chat here before we get into Discord. Chat. There we go. All right, so I'm going to catch up with the chat here for a minute, and then we're going to get in Discord, and we're going to take care of the podcast portion where you get to call in and you get to have a voice. Am I on camera? I am on camera. What do you guys think of the back? Huh? I was doing when I first moved in over here, which I want to thank everyone that helped me through that trying time. I tell you what, 2019 was the worst year of my life. The end of 2019, and oh my gosh, we just got a donation. Thank you so much. I don't know if there's a first name on here. There's a first name, so I don't want to say your name because I don't recognize it from the chat. So please, by all means, tell me who you are in the YouTube chat that just donated. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. I just don't want to dox your name out there. You know what I mean? Ponestream, thank you so much, Ponestream. Thank you, buddy. I should put the... Let me put the alerts on. But the alerts are set up for the other channel right now. So I'm sorry if they don't match. I just want to know if people donate. I don't want to miss it. I want to be able to thank you. But yeah, I was doing... This is a concrete wall underneath this. And everybody said I was doing a podcast, that it looked like I was being held captive in some prison cell and being forced to do a podcast. So I quickly went out and fixed it up. Fixed up the place a little bit. What's up, Godsmack? How you doing, buddy? I have issues connecting to your Discord. It won't let me in. I hit the link in your description, and it says... And it stays on the loading page. I love the new studio look. Love the colors. Nice choice. I don't know why it would stay on the loading page. Spins? Is the link broken? You like the colors? Yeah, I love purple and black, man. It just... When I saw this, I'm like, dude, I'm a He-Man fan. And I'm like, that looks like Skeletor. That looks like Skeletor. I want the purple. I want the black. Maybe somehow throw a little bit of blue in there, because there's like a bluish purple on him a little bit. Thank you, Videla. Thank you, Daniel King. Thank you, Phil. Thanks, Democ. I appreciate it. Skeletor style, Godsmack. That's right, buddy. Wouldn't be surprised if you were captive in Sword's basement. Yeah, Sword kidnapped me. He goes, nice. Now I got you down here, and we're going to sort it out. You're going to do podcast, and I'm going to feed you peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. That's what happened. He kidnapped me. He said, bring back the Subcast. Here's a peanut butter sandwich. All right, so NMS Voyager by the power of Cobra. That's right. It's the colors I use in Saints Row. Dude, yeah, heck yeah. Oh my god, we got Aaron in the chat. Holy shnikes. Look, it's Aaron. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Hey, Cobra, green room is locked for me, buddy. Okay, if the green room is locked for you, oops, wrong button, let me know, and I will staff approve you. Let me know by chatting in the green room text room, in the text room. And I will staff approve you, and you'll be able to just pop right in there. Do the same thing with Phil, just in case. I think he can come in no matter what. So, with that in mind, and we got Perbert. Wait, did I say that right? Prebert. Go ahead, staff approve you. There you go. All right, and I'm going to Mr. Antarctica. Let me staff approve you, so that way you can for sure get in there. I'm going to jump in the Atlas room, and I'm going to start pulling people in little by little. Please be prepared. A lot of Cobros might jump in here that are from Star Citizen, and they won't know what's going on. I tried to warn everybody that we were going to be holding an event today as Subcast for No Man's Sky, but a lot of people don't hear everything that I say just because they're not around, or they're work, or it's you know, they're asleep on their side of the world. So be prepared for someone to be like, hey, what's going on in here? Because it could happen. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to rapture. I don't know who was first, so I'm just going to. I'm going to get Curtis in here. Vargul.
That's where I got my fix until No Man's Sky launched.
Whoa. Hey, Vargul. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, how's it going, Cobra?
It's going good, man. It's going real good. Did I interrupt you? Did I rapture you in the middle of a conversation?
No, I was taking a trip back in memory lane, man, talking about when I first stumbled across your channel way back. I think it was 2015. I was telling the guys in the room that I watched that E3 where they first showed No Man's Sky, and I couldn't find any more content until I stumbled across your channel. And you were probably one of the sole reasons why I ended up buying it, because I couldn't get enough coverage. Yeah,
I mean, that's one of the reasons why I started. Because I wanted to find a YouTuber talking about it, and I couldn't find one, right? Yeah, so I started doing my own research to try and learn more about this game. And I had notes, I had all this stuff, all this information, and I'm like, you know what? Let's see if my stupid butt can make a video. And I did, and I sat there in a stupid mask like an idiot, drunk, because I was drinking back then, and I made a video, and people came because there was nobody else doing it. And eventually I treated the channel with more respect. Gave the community that was starting to show up more respect by taking off the mask and just being normal like a person should be. And yeah, that's where how it ended up becoming a thing. So how you been?
It was. Yeah, I've been great, man. I've been missing you, man. And I don't want you to obliterate.
Oh, we lost you. We lost you there, Curtis. He said the word obliterate, and then he obliterated. He just, poof, just went away. We'll wait for him to get back into the green room. I don't even think he knows. He's probably still talking. We'll wait for him to get back into the green room. And this is going to be like the olden days, guys. We're going to take one caller and add them to the bar. You know what I mean, so to speak. So eventually we'll be like a bunch of dudes at a bar talking about a video game. There he is. What's up, buddy? Oh, he's gone. Nope, he's down here. Let me see if I can move him. Atlas 1 and 2.5. There you go, Courtesy there. I mean, Vargul. Do you mind that I... Oh, he's gone again. Vargul.
Knocked, man. Are you guys there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You said
Okay,
the word
good.
obliterate, and then you became obliterated.
No, what I was saying was, like, I watched a couple of your streams of Star Citizen, man. Really want to play Star Citizen. The game looks so gorgeous and so engrossing, right? But I don't have a PC that'll play it, and I'm a console player, and I hope it comes to PlayStation 5, because I would jump all over that. But don't even know if that's what the developers are considering at this point. So, with that being said, I'm glad you're back to doing the No Man's Sky subcast, because I've really missed talking to you, buddy.
I'm happy to be back too, man. And as far as being able to play that, and I don't want to go too deep into that conversation, especially not in the first No Man's Sky subcast, but
Sure.
there is a program called Shadow, which allows you to play high-end PC games on potatoes. What it does is like Netflix. You install the game on their server, and you pay a monthly fee, and you play the game from their supercomputers, and it just gets beamed and streamed right to whatever you want to play it on. So you don't have to have a good PC. There's actually a big famous streamer who plays the game using Shadow and streams it. So it works really well. I've never heard anything bad from it. But with that being said, we're just going to leave that conversation alone right now. Right now.
Not a problem. I'm anxious for the summer update. I am glad that they introduced crossplay, and I'm on board with you, buddy. I don't think that they were considering this as their big update.
No.
I think Hello Games does things for a reason, and they release content in a manner that makes probably sense to them. It was very important for them.
Oh, he's gone again. We just
I
got
hope
to
you will check out my indie game project someday when the hype dies down. Sorry, I can't compete with Star Citizen. Welcome back, man.
Oh no! Thank you so much, Lynx, for the donation, buddy. I really appreciate that. No one needs to compete with any other game. It's not Chevy and Ford. You know, I wish some people wouldn't look at it as competition. And I'm not talking about you, Lynx. Your game that you're making looks awesome, Lynx, and I can't wait to play it. And I think I should get a pre-alpha demo. That's what I think. Even if I could just do nothing in it, even if there's no gameplay mechanic, let me fly around in it. Let me just play with what you have made. That'd be awesome. I would definitely like to do that. But no, it's not a competition. I don't think. Every game is special in their own way, and I love all the different flavors. Just because one is more highly detailed than the other does not mean that one's better than the other in any way. I mean, there's so many different things Star Citizen needs that No Man's Sky has, and vice versa. And they're just different flavors, like different ice creams. You don't just eat chocolate. You eat vanilla,
Right.
and right? you like different flavors.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see what they bring. I still think the combat update is coming. I think they're going to expand on, a variation and exploration. I don't think, it's funny because I was watching another YouTuber, and he was talking about how, I don't know how relevant it is, but the super formula, its patent has been expired now. And I don't know, I mean, I know that Hello Games went through that trouble with, going to court, over using the super formula and all this, and they claimed that they didn't, and I think that they were held up in litigation and all that. So I don't know how all that played out, but if the patent on the super formula is expired, then I think they have free reign to utilize that in future development. Is that correct?
It could be, yeah. I think that Sean Murray was planning on using it, and then when they made a big deal about it, they never actually had to go to court for it. But this dude who owned the patent on it was being such a spurg about it, Right. He kept saying, if you're using it, I want to know. I want to see the code. I want to see it. I want to see the code. It's ours. It's like then Sean Murray ended up tweeting out, we're not using it. This is a non-story. It's like, geez, people ruin everything. Dang it. But
okay.
Ray Rod has actually activated it and has found a way to make every blade of grass unique. And Ray Rod has also been going through a spat, kind of like me, right? Mm-hmm. So he's been going through ups and downs, and he confirmed with me yesterday, because I reached out to him, not yesterday, but a couple of days ago, I reached out to him and I said, hey, what's going on with the multiverse? And his response was, I am working on it. It has not gone away. He did take a little break from it, but he says he's still working on the multiverse mod. So we still have that to look forward to.
That's cool. Yeah, I don't know, man. But I'm still loving the game. I'm still playing it. Play it all the time. It's like my favorite game that I've ever played to date.
It's vast. It's got just so many different possibilities. And now, if you look at the game today, there's so many different things, so many different ways. Like, still to this day, I'm still pissed off about wires. I don't want to do it. So I don't build, and if I build a base, if I'm going to be in a star system for a little while, I just build a simple base. I'm not going to be there for long, but if I'm going to be there longer than I should be because I want to do some like role play with that particular star system, then yeah, I'm going to build a tiny little base and stay there for a bit. But other than that, I'm not a base builder. I'm definitely not a farmer. I'm an explorer. I like to go out and interact with the fauna, and severely interact with the fauna, from Revenge of the Survivor. But that's the kind of player that I am, and that's what's cool about it. There's so many different branches.
Well, and I think I think with stuff that's down the pipe, that's coming down the pipe, I think they're going to expand on all that, right? If you go back to their first expansion, and they did like Foundations. And then after that, they came out with Pathfinder. And then they came out with Atlas Rises, which was a huge update. And they came out with, like, what was it, No Man's Sky next, And then, so all these different updates, these content updates, they've implemented or added new stuff into the game, right? Mm-hmm. But at some point, I think that they'll have, like I said, they'll have laid so much of their groundwork for them that future updates is just going to expand on what's currently existing. So if there's players out there that love the exploration aspect of the game and they want to see more variation, well, now they can build on that, right?
Very true.
And not to mention, it's cross-play. So everybody is going to play in a shared universe. Everybody's going to see what everybody else sees. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's good too that that it's crossplay, because I've now been completely converted to PC, right? So yeah. I just ordered a controller for No Man's Sky, because I tried playing it with keyboard and mouse. Dude, I was so freaking lost. And
yeah. So I plug an Xbox controller in, and it was like so much smoother.
Yeah.
Hey, Cobra, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, Morpheus. Doing really good, buddy.
Listen, I'm wondering if maybe, I know that there's a mission that you can do in-game that will unlock the ability to buy the pirate caterpillar.
Oh, yes.
I was wondering if you could maybe spare some time and help me with that mission?
Sure. There's guys downstairs all the time that are doing that for people. I would definitely love to fly with you, and definitely love to fight and die by your side to help you get that, man. That would be so much fun, and we should actually do that. yeah, Max down there. We got the Terra Max. Those guys would love to probably jump in. But yeah, I would sure do that, man.
That would be awesome because I'm like, I went to go look for it. I went to go purchase it, and it's not. I guess apparently it's an off and on deal. And
Yep,
wasn't
it sure
available.
is. Yeah, you got to finish that Pirate
I
Swarm.
mentioned it in chat, and somebody said, "Hey, Morph, if you go do this quest, I have no idea where it's at." He didn't mention it, but he said you do a quest, and it actually unlocks the ability to purchase the pirate edition of the Caterpillar. So I was like,
exactly,
cool.
Yeah.
The pirate edition, that'd be great. That's right up my alley.
Awesome, dude. I'm not too sure. I don't know if I did a good enough job like telling people what was going on today. But right now we're broadcasting on a brand new YouTube channel that I created, and
nice.
yeah, and we're doing a No Man's Sky podcast with callers.
And I just downloaded that too.
Yeah.
I just barely got out of my ship.
That's cool that you just got it, man. If you want to stick around and join in on the conversation and learn a few things from these guys, because we're going to be talking to veterans who have been playing since 2016.
No way. That sounds awesome. Because
yeah.
my son, he has it. He downloaded it. I downloaded it. Got it all thing. We both side by side jumped out of our. We woke up and we're running around trying to find. Oh my God! It's very, very active. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to do in such a short space, and we finally figured out how to get our ships repaired.
Oh, cool!
Repaired them. Oh man, it's great. So yeah, it's kind of funny that you mentioned No Man's Sky because I looked at it for a while. The one thing that kind of scared me off was the indigenous life, the alien type parts of the ship. And, it's going to be a new concept, man.
Yeah.
So, I was thinking, Cobra.
Yes.
We were talking about, you were talking about next gen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my concern, here's my concern, right? So, right. And I don't know how well
Oh, he left. He's gone. I think some people have like this timeout on their phone when they're using their phone to talk on Discord, and it'll time them out. Either that or their cheek will hang the phone call up for some reason.
Yeah.
Well, we got 21st Century Father down below. We got Wicked Thorn down below. We're going to bring up 21st Century Father to the Atlas room. 21st Century Father, thank you so much for joining Cobra TV. You have entered Atlas 102.5 FM. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, man. Miss you, dude. It's good to hear your voice, bud.
Yeah, that's good because my voice isn't very good. I've tried my darndest with this digital mixer to make it sound good, but man, nothing.
It sounds good, dude.
Well, the mic sounds good. My voice, not so much.
Okay. Well, man, hey, it's good to have you on the show. What's on your mind tonight, man?
Well, I tell you what, I just got Game Pass, and so I ended up with 3 free months of Game Pass because I put together a computer for somebody that had an AMD chip, and they were doing a deal. So I got 3 months of Game Pass for free. And so,
download them while you can, man. Download it. Oh my God.
And so naturally, No Man's Sky ended up on Game Pass, and I'm like, great, I'm going to play this on PC.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm playing it on PC, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it plays and looks so much better.
It brought a tear to my eye. You can ask Sword. We were in a conversation, and Sword was like, come on, man, you got to play this on the PC. And I'm like, I don't like the keyboard and mouse. You got to play it on PC one day.
Well, I have a wireless controller here, so.
Mm-hmm. I just got a controller as well. But on the call.
Hey, Cobra, do I keep cutting out, buddy?
Yeah, you keep. I think your phone. There's a setting on the phone with Discord that if your phone will go black screen because of being idle, it'll hang up the call for Discord.
Okay, so actually, what I'm noticing is that every time I get a notification on Discord where it spans a little banner at the very top, that's when I'm losing voice chat. That's when it cuts me out.
I see.
I think that notification little thing that comes up, that pops up the top of Discord is interfering. Is there a way to turn that off or something?
I don't know. I think there is somewhere in the settings that you can turn off notifications.
It's in the little user settings where it says notifications. In notification, there's a whole area: enable desktop, enable unread, enable task, push notification, AFK timeout, and it's defaulted for 10 minutes.
Okay. Let me go check that so I don't cut out on you guys anymore. And then if I drop call, will you invite me back in?
Oh, I can only invite you back in if you're in another voice room.
Okay, gotcha. So I'll go back to the green room if I drop call.
Okay, all right.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so I can't remember what I was saying, but I do want to elaborate sort of what you were talking about, Curtis.
On your joysticks.
Huh?
Keyboard, mouse, and joysticks.
Oh, yeah, Sword forced me to play it while he was on the call. I literally started tearing at the eye of how beautiful No Man's Sky looked on PC, how smooth it moved. I was like, I've never experienced this. It was one of my first PC game experiences. And I tell you what, if you ask Sword, he will tell you, I cried. I actually cried.
Well, I tell you what, when you have a solid gaming rig, I mean, just about every game is better.
Yeah.
And if you have the option, you always want to go that way. And
right.
And the other thing is, on the CPUs on the current gen consoles are very underpowered, and I have a feeling that one of the reasons we haven't gotten like the biome diversity that we thought we were going to get with No Man's Sky might be because of the underpowered CPU. I don't think graphics is a problem for them. I think they can find, even though it is a problem on the PS4, the regular one, in some ways. But I think the lack of CPU power has held them back quite a bit this gen.
Well, I agree, and the reason why is because they developed it for console first, right? I mean, yes, it was developed on a PC, but they developed it to be optimized on console. And also, think about this. I brought this point up too. I think I even brought it up on a Star Citizen stream. That No Man's Sky started development in 2011, 2012. It's an old game. It started all the way back then. Yes, they did graphical improvements with Next, but they built those graphical improvements on top of the already existing game. They never went back and completely restructured the engine or anything like that. So think about what Hello Games could do with the next generation of technology. Just think about the possibilities. You think Sean's not salivating at the thought of, what we accomplished with No Man's Sky? Can you imagine what we could accomplish now? And
what's gonna happen, guys? All right, there's a little bit of information that will probably back in the 60s. Basically, a company started the program. Basically, it was the internet services that basically started up. They launched it had 150. They went out of business, but they're the ones that created the spider web technology that's around our planet. They bankrupt in 2000 something, when about 2000, 2005, 6. And now this is a lot of information that's been put up. What's happened though is another company stepped in, very, very rich company. They bought the company, unmothballed everything, started dealing with NASA. They started launching their own. They started with NASA, launched more and more and more and more and more satellites, more technology, and they were putting technology in there that was at the top level. They worked a little bit, were able to get some of the technology that was being created for the U.S. government. We are 10 years behind U.S. government. Anything that's anything that's possible, the government's already done it. VR, keyboards in the sky where you're wearing a pair of sunglasses and it's all in VR. They're typing in air. But see, all these games, all of our phones, all of this stems around the fact that when Verizon and them started using this spiderweb technology up there, that's where 3G came in. 3G was fast. We had, a million satellites up there. Over the last 10 years, that company is producing some of the technology that Chris is looking for. All we can talk, computers are computers, and if computers are working great at your home, and oh yeah, everything in first person looks great and all that, but the minute you put that computer on the internet on a 3G or 4G network, however it's working, over the last 10 years, that technology is now finally stated where we're getting ready to introduce to the world 5G technology. The 5G technology is like they're basically saying, our society is saying 5G technology is uh, very close, still not as powerful as the human brain, as fast as the brain, but it is very close. And it's so there's billions of satellites up there now. So instead of having 50 satellite points around our Earth, we have billions of points. Back in the 60s, 70s, bag phone, big antenna, you couldn't get shit nowhere. Right now, our
Yeah.
technology, Star Trek, when you're watching it when you were a little boy, 60, 60, 70, Kirk flipped open the phone. Guess what? They could talk to anybody anywhere in space up to the range of the, space. Of course, they were not going to talk all the way across the universe, but guess what? We have things that anywhere on the earth right now, government and some civilian, we can talk to anyone anywhere on the face of this planet when 5G technology. We can do it now, 4G, great, but there's still diversity that breaks it down, causes lag, latency in computing over internet, Wi-Fi, and all that. Uh, it's all not universal. So 5G basically puts everything so that as all this technology that we're trying to create now is pushed to its final limits. Chris is pushing everything to the extreme limits because this 5G is it's shortcoming. Soon, very very soon, that it actually starts where it says Verizon starts doing it. All these internet services and IPS services start hitting the 5G mark and actually start getting a universal diaphragm across our planet. The information becomes more smoothly, blah blah blah. We watched Stellar
From
when the Columbines are out there, running on their own. That's 5G technology uh, that they're trying to bring in.
from
So if we get the technology of this 5G internet, I think all of computing issues that we have where things break down because it's laggy, it doesn't work. Well, we smooth it out. I think we're going to have
from
all of us, the entire planet.
from from one of those space satellites out in space, I want to look down towards Earth, and I want to go to a spot on Earth in the UK and get back into a building that where Hello Games is working, and realize that these guys are working on another title at this very second. right? He claimed it's more ambitious than No Man's Sky, or he said, unfortunately, this is ambitious. Hey, Morpheus, people in the chat are asking you to take to breathe when you're talking.
Yeah, because that is one hell of a conspiracy theory.
They're like, the guy doesn't need to breathe.
The guy's like,
No, Jordan, it's not The Last Campfire. The Last Campfire is it's a small game. That it's just a little adventure game. But Hello Games said that they're also, in addition to Last Campfire, are working on something he said is unfortunately ambitious. Now, there was a tweet from Sean Murray making a little joke. I would like to put that on the screen, and I want to show you guys something that I believe is the war room for this game. We used to pick apart footage like this a lot back in the heyday. But let me see if I can pull up Sean Murray's account and take a look at what I think is the war room, the planning room for this new title. So let me get Sean's little Twitter on here. And
hey, Cobra, while you're doing that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I know I cut out, but what I was I don't know if I came across all the way, but what I was trying to convey was that with the PlayStation 5 coming out and the new Xbox coming out and whatnot, they can't. They won't be able to utilize the full compatibility or the full capability of those consoles if they want to continue to support PlayStation 4 and Xbox Now, right? Because if they try to do anything to enhance or expand that go beyond the restrictions of the current consoles in play right now, then they won't be compatible, right? So, lava falls or waterfalls or meteors hitting the planets, or unlimited base building, anything that's currently could potentially crash the current consoles right now, because PC is not a problem. It's just the consoles, and since we have cross-play, everything is shared right now. So whatever they're going to do to No Man's Sky, they're going to have to keep it within the confines of what the current Xbox and the current PlayStation 4 can support.
That's why I believe that they're going to be taking this into a I don't want to say a new title. I mean, envision something called No Man's Sky, and then No Man's Sky Next Gen, the next generation. I mean, they love taking little jabs at nerd stuff. Like No Man's Sky Beyond, No Man's Sky Next. Imagine a title called No Man's Sky the Next Generation, and it could be the PS5 version. Which might not be compatible with PS4. The thing that confuses me is, why are they creating updates to give PS4 support when it's almost over? That's what confuses me.
So it could be possible that they want to continue to support this iteration of No Man's Sky.
But to what extent? How much labor are you willing to give the PS4 when half of the world is going to be trading them in for PS5s?
Well, I get that, but maybe that was the whole point, and maybe that why it was so significant for them to get cross-play, right? So they have an overarching analytics of their consumer base or their player base, right? As soon as those numbers start dropping off, they can analyze, where that is, and they'll maybe start, stop supporting the game and call that good, and then just mainly focus on next gen. But as long as you have a huge, strong player base, right, then it would only benefit you to continue to update the game, right? Look at EverQuest, the very first EverQuest game. That MMO is, good God, 20 years old.
Right, yeah.
And they're still coming out with DLC, but they have a very huge cult following. Those graphics are so dated it's not even funny, but the game has a certain charm to it that players just love playing. So, I think No Man's Sky and Minecraft, they kind of fall into that niche, right? And like I said, as long as they have a strong player base and as long as their analytics are showing that the game is growing, they'll continue to support it. As soon as those numbers start dropping off, it wouldn't benefit them anymore. It wouldn't make any more sense.
The PS5 is such a revolutionary piece of equipment for console players because it takes them into the realm of as close to possible for PC gaming, right?
The Series X is going to do that as well.
Yes, exactly. And so this is a big step for console gamers. I don't envision a lot of people hanging on to their PS4s for very long. I can't see if they're not doing something for next gen, if they're not primer, because they said that they, if we could go back to that quote that he said that really stood out to me. Let me see if I can find it. Wrong window. Let's see, No Man's Sky. What window did I even have that in? Give me a second here. It says, a tremendous amount of work has gone into this update and the underlying technology and systems. We've moved to an entirely new networking architecture with more flexibility for the future, allowing players to play together. So this, I believe that they're putting down some foundations for next gen. It might
that Gen 5 internet system is up there. It's coming, guys. It's coming.
I believe so. So the future, the PS4 doesn't have much future left. A lot of people are going to be trading it in for the PS5 because this is a big step into the PC realm for console gamers. I mean, we're talking about a piece of equipment that could potentially run Star Citizen.
Right.
Potentially, but
Potentially.
So check this. So check this out. I mean, that's great. Like, I mean, I'm going to be buying. I'm going to be buying a PlayStation 5 regardless.
Oh,
But-
definitely with the new, especially with that new CryEngine, that CryEngine 5. Oh.
But the thing is that you know, there's a lot of people that are on a fixed income. They can't afford it, you know, so they're going to be stuck with their PlayStation 4s or their Xbox Ones, you know, and
I think price is going to be a factor because we have no idea what the prices are going to be, but based on what everyone is saying about the hardware, this could be upwards of $600-$700, these things.
Right.
Yeah, almost the price of a new computer.
Oh yeah, but if you want to build a computer that's going to be like the Series X anyway, it would probably cost the order of $1,200, honestly.
Yeah, 12 to 15.
Because you need a 2080 Super in there at least.
hey, sorry, I dropped out again.
That's okay.
What I was saying, Cobra, was that you know, for them to go to next gen would be great. PlayStation 5, absolutely. The new Xbox X, absolutely. But for those people who are on fixed incomes that can't afford a brand new console, that are stuck with their PlayStation 4s or their Xbox Ones, that's going to suck for them if that's the route that it's going, because the only way they're going to be able to play now is offline, right? They won't be able to play online because it won't be cross-play. The next gens will be, right?
Right. But think about
So
labor.
Isn't that kind of splitting your fan base, your player base, and isn't that something that No Man's Sky was kind of wanting to avoid or Hello Games was wanting to avoid for a long time?
Yeah, I do. But for a second, think about how small their team is. They've already said that they're working on something big. Okay? That means a lot of people have got to have gone over for this new project, and a very small team is working on these updates for the current version of No Man's Sky. I'm not saying what they're working on is another No Man's Sky. I do believe that they would be dumb not to utilize the power of next generation to achieve the things with No Man's Sky that they weren't able to do.
Right.
I'm telling you, Sean Murray's salivating, and he said as much, not for No Man's Sky, but he said when he was talking about the teraflops, remember that comment that he made where he was just like, I can't believe it, 3 teraflops, or what did he say? I can't remember what it was. But he was salivating back then, and we brought it up the point that he was just like, my goodness, like, can you imagine? But think about how big of a portion of their team's probably working on this next game that they said, and then think about the labor that they're spending on No Man's Sky at the moment, and talking about the future. And I I don't know. So your comment is that you think that they're going to continue supporting No Man's Sky for the PS4 long into or at the beginning of PS5's release. Is that what you're saying?
I think that potential is there. Yeah.
This is always,
And the thing is that the stuff that they're doing in the background with their networking and stuff like that, who knows how much more they can optimize the game. And you very well could see a huge change in variation and exploration and POIs and all that good stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know where you draw that line. You know what I mean?
Right. So when I first started covering No Man's Sky back in the end of 2014, I picked apart their entire studio before. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember those. I pointed out the fact that they were doing PSVR development because they had it in their studio and it was always in a different place, and every time that there was any footage, it was always being moved around, always at the desks. And so we picked apart the stuff that was on their walls, the pictures, picked all that stuff apart. Now we get a look at the inside of one of their brand new studios because he made a funny thing where he had to go back in and grab some stuff during this weird time, and it was like a survival mode kind of video on his Twitter account. So as he's going in, at the very first part of the video, you see over here to the right, I'm not sure if you're looking at this stream or not, but it is a setup exactly like from the old days when they were developing No Man's Sky. This, I believe, is the new ambitious project that they are working on. Unfortunately, whoever edited this, anybody who edits videos know that there's something called resample, and you're supposed to disable that resample when you edit something. They didn't disable resample. So every time the camera moves, there is a big blur. So, and maybe they did it on purpose, so that way we can't see what's on this wall over here. But you can see, if we go through here, it's I mean, there's stuff all over the walls. This is that new project that they're working on.
Yeah.
And you just can't see what it is because there's just so much blur. And if anybody knew how to unblur that so we could see what the hell's on that wall, please. Please. Because there are some amazing pictures over here. This one, I don't know if that would be like a base on a planet. I don't know what this is. But
do you definitely think it's going to be sci-fi based, or do you think it's going to be a new genre, like maybe fantasy or post-apocalyptic or cyberpunk? Or
I think it's going to be sci-fi based.
So are you saying I need to unpack my Kodo through the tinfoil hat now?
So here you're looking at the main room where I think where everyone's working on No Man's Sky right here. If you remember, Sean Murray took a group of people and closed themselves off while they worked on the beginning of No Man's Sky. They didn't even let the other team work on it. And I think that's exactly what we're seeing here. The same thing Sean Murray's done again. It's a separate room where there's only a few. Look at this. There's a couple monitors in here, and then there's a computer right here. So there's very few computers in this room with all this planning of game design on the walls. This is definitely them working on their new project, and it looks like they have a small group of people designed to work on this project. So they're busy, and it's definitely it could be No Man's Sky for the next gen. It could be the new ambitious title they're working on. But I just wanted to point that out. It's one of the first times we got a really good look on the inside of the mysterious Hello Games studio. But I hope you're right. I hope is Vargo still here?
I'm still here.
Okay. I hope you're right. I hope they do continue to support it. But and at the same time, I kind of hope they don't. And I'll tell you why. Because I want to see what they couldn't achieve the first round. I want to see what they wanted to achieve, with next generation.
Oh, me too. Totally, right? I think when they captivated us with their live show, with their demo, with their stage demo, there was something about that was so just engrossing, so inspiring, so charming about it. And I don't resent or I don't regret what we have now, because I love the game for what it is now. I really do. But I don't think this was what they initially intended. You know, I think their version of this game was something different in the very beginning, and it became this. You know, but you know, I watched the expo for PlayStation 5. You talk about eye candy. Oh my gosh, dude! I can't wait to get my hands on one.
Oh yeah, yeah. Steve in the chat says could be where they worked on the last campfire. That could be true. However, they're also going to need a place to work on this next title as well. They're going to need a place to put on the walls of the concept art on what they want it to look like. You know, just like they did with No Man's Sky. So, it could be either or, but just know that there has got to be a place for the next title, the big title they're working on at the same time. So it could be either one. We got a couple colors here. Wicked Thorn, you there, buddy?
I'm right here, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. How you been, dude?
I've been doing pretty well. Kid graduated from high school earlier last month.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a social distancing graduation, which I had to watch from home.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it was fun.
My daughter turned 18 and moved out, so she's all grown up. Yeah.
Well, I wish her the best of luck in these.
Thank
really.
you.
And I really wanted to say in person, lady, I'm very happy.
I can't hear you. I think you're cutting out a little bit.
I said I wanted to say in person, a very happy anniversary to you.
Oh, you seen that? Oh, thank you, buddy. Thank you so much.
I made comments on it, and in saying that, I also owe you
An apology? You're cutting out a little bit.
More. I should have been commenting on your videos more often. You know I don't comment.
Oh no,
Very
you
sorry
don't.
that I
You don't
had
have
no.
to, buddy, and definitely don't have to apologize for that.
Well,
I never apologize for that.
you're a good friend. I've always thought of you as such, so I felt
Likewise.
like that. Like I may have let you down a little.
No.
I'm sorry.
Never let me down. You don't have to be sorry, and likewise, you are a good friend too, man. I here recently, throughout this whole weird world that we're living in right now, and on the lockdowns, I've been working more at my job than I ever have in my life, and so I got like rare opportunities to upload videos, and when I do, I don't have time to respond to a whole lot of comments. So I apologize if you did comment. I wasn't able to see it just because I don't have time to double back, and things are slowing down now. So I think I'm going to be able to pay attention a little bit more now.
Don't say
Well,
that,
as long as
Cobra,
life
before you know it,
stops
it doesn't
getting
work.
Oh
annoying.
yeah, don't say that. Don't make promises you can't keep. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I did want to slightly comment on the worry about generational support. Now, other companies such as Bungie and Destiny cross generational support with their multi. I don't. Hello, game. I mean, there may be a time where the PS4 ecosystem is no functional, but I really haven't. They've yet to let me down or disappointment. In fact, the only thing they've been doing consistently is surprising for doing.
Wicked, you might want to go into your voice settings and turn down a little bit your sensitivity, because right now your mic keeps cutting out.
Yeah, we can.
It may actually be this headset I'm using. Hold on, I will switch it up.
Okay.
I use old things. I'm cheap. I don't buy things until they actually
No, it's
the
alright.
replacement is falls apart.
We got Hidden Panda. The Hidden Panda has joined with his uniform on the Hidden Panda show account. Thank you so much for showing up. Guys, I have been concentrating on the phone call and haven't really been looking at the chat here. I just want to say hi to Infinite Lightning, Daniel King. We got Bubble Bum, Martin Requiem's in the chat. Martin, if you don't show up on this call, I'm going to be pissed off. At least for 5 minutes, Martin. Come on. Where you at, buddy?
I love the
I
name
wanted to
Bum
say one thing.
Martin.exe has failed to launch.
So as I said, I started playing on PC today for the first time, and of course, I've never had the PlayStation Plus thing. So I get to the point in the story, because I've started over. I get to the point in the story where I go into the Nexus, and there's actually people there.
Yeah.
Ships there, and I'm trying to wave at people, and I'm not sure if they just think I'm stupid because no one was really. I think I was pretty much being ignored, but it's like, wow, I didn't even think about this aspect of it. There's going to be other people around. I'm going to see.
Yeah, I remember playing No Man's Sky, and that was crazy. It was I was expecting a bunch of other people, and then it was just oh, their bases are there, but
They're out there.
and then even then, it's the galaxy or the universe that they created was so vast. It was you'd have to look up specific locations to find somebody's hideaway.
I tried to do that. Didn't there used to be a way on the galaxy map to search for discovered?
Yeah.
Discovered. Is that still there? Because I couldn't find it.
I think it still is.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the famous singer. Wait, did he just leave? Oh, he left. Okay, he left. I don't know if you guys remember the Goat song from No Man's Sky. Well, for a second there, we had the famous
I definitely remember the Goat song.
Huh?
So I definitely remember the Goat song.
Yes, we had him. We had that superstar on here for a second, and then he just he said Discord's acting up, and he left the call. So,
well, you mentioned singing, so he left. It's
yeah, nope. I was going to make him do a live performance.
So Cobra.
Yeah.
I know we don't have Rayrod on yet. What do you think about the data mine files?
Okay, he wanted to come on to talk about the data mine files. And, nobody knows about the code better than Rayrod, right?
Right.
He was very concerned about what everyone was saying about these data mine files and that it had gone viral. And he said that he wanted to come on the show, not to be a bummer, not to poop on anybody's parade, but he wanted to let everybody know that those have always been there. And that
didn't he talk about them once during a previous stream you had him on?
The what?
Didn't he talk about those data mine files? What, months ago on one of the last subcasts you had?
Yeah. He's brought them up before. They're not new. They don't reflect an update that is on the way because they didn't just show up. Now, however, they are things that could be in a update. So they're always good points to bring up. But this is something that somebody has just now discovered. A new content creator or a content creator just discovered these and thought, ooh, I got to let everybody know about this. Now,
yeah,
that's how it became so viral. Did you guys see the 4chan post?
I did, yeah.
Okay. That is also something to pay attention to.
I know that 4chan's not very creditable either. It was hit and miss on something. That post was correct about the crossplay.
Yeah.
But they've also posted stuff that's been inaccurate as well.
Right, but we don't know if this person is the they from the past. This is just an anonymous poster. Who knows who it is? We don't know if it's the person from the past. Is it it's not the same person from the past. You can't see history of what they've posted, right?
Right.
Okay, so this could be somebody completely different. They were right about the crossplay. And we all know that Hello Games have always wanted to work on a proc gen and things like that. So this might not be an update, but it could be them working on next gen version No Man's Sky. Yes, it would split the community, and I keep going back to the next gen version because I know that they've always sat there and said, man, if only we had more power. More power! Right? And
give a call to Scotty.
Captain, I'm giving it all she's got.
Exactly. And I don't think that they're just going to look at that and let that boat sail away.
Right.
Don't think they are. So that 4chan post could be accurate. And they said they laid down the foundation or laid down the new networking for the future. I believe this is something for the future. I believe it's for something for PS5. It would split the community, like you said, because if they had waterfalls and volcanoes and lava planets, you obviously wouldn't see the same thing on the PS4.
Right.
So,
well, and you know,
the
other thing is too, if I was a betting man, if I was going to place my bets, I would probably say that the reason why they're still currently continuing to work on the build that they have for PlayStation 4, the one that we're playing now, is that they may, behind the scenes, take all of that, port that over to the PlayStation 5, and then rework it, instead of trying to build the game from the ground up again.
That would make sense.
right. Yeah. No, I truly feel, especially the wording he gave on that post. You know, talking about the future. I think he mentioned it twice about the future. And we don't have much future left. And, you know, well, I don't mean the end of the world's coming. I mean, PS4's doing it. That's what I meant.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, right? Cobra's a doomsdayer.
Yeah, we've only got like
pessimist.
5 months. I think it's 5 months until the PlayStation 5 launches.
I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. We just entered 2020, and each month there's a new surprise, and each new surprise starts to get worse and worse. I'm just saying, we're like what, 5 months in? We still have more than half. We still have more than half the year to go by.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh my God, we got Martin Requiem back in the chat. Martin,
Yeah.
how you doing, superstar?
Anybody see my quote? I lost my quote. I think it's still my quote is lost.
A song so wretched that it was tweeted by Hello Games.
I think it was the best thing ever that I had within the community. That I can still remember it when I had that song out, and everybody was waiting for that update, and everybody was like sending tweets to Shamuri, when's the update coming out? And he was like, well, not until there's like 1 million views on this video, and then he linked my video. I was like, what the hell was that all about?
Yeah, exactly.
That was cool. But hey, glad to see you back with No Man's Sky Subcast. That's awesome, bro.
Yeah, I miss these people more than I miss the game. Yep. So it's fun to connect with people and sit here and talk about the future. It's the most fun. It's actually it's fun to do this or to listen to something like this while you're playing the game, almost like a No Man's Sky radio station.
Yeah, it's like it's like you read my mind, Cobra. I swear, I queue up my iPad Pro, you know, and I sit there and lay it on the coffee table. I'm playing No Man's Sky. I miss these No Man's Sky subcasts. I did.
Thunder Humping Turtle Duck says, I discovered the 4chan post and the video I did with the data mine video, bro. Oh, that was you? You were the one that brought that to light? Dude, that's awesome. Okay. Cobra, I am OG 2016. My feelings are hurt. No, wait. Oh, no. No, I didn't mean it was bad for whatever content creator brought those to light. It's not bad that they did. Because those are also things that haven't come to light. They're always available for a No Man's Sky update. So it's Ray Rod. He just wanted to come on and let everybody know that they've always been there, but that doesn't mean that it's insignificant. Just people thought that it was new things that were inside the files that could be data mined, and he just wanted to clear the air. It's not bad that you brought them to light, not by any means at all.
So, it's actually good to be reminded of them every now and again.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, and it is because, you know, one of the things that you were talking about when you first came on was that you are still waiting for that combat update. You know?
Oh my God,
And
yes,
we know
combat
that-
and trading.
Right, and I want that too so bad.
Let's talk
But-
about that for a second. Cobra, what exactly, when you say combat update, now what are you talking about other than extra weapons that we've had, and also the ship movement is much different now than it was the launch. They slowed everything down, during combat.
The fact that in order for you to have a really awesome space battle, you got to turn into sword and shoot a space station. Right?
Space station.
And there hasn't been any updates to just space combat or even combat in general. I mean, we have what are we shooting?
Still shooting mechs and
exactly. Every now and then, when you get into trouble, that's pretty much all we're shooting. There's no threat, and me and Vargul, we've talked in the past how we need a threat in the verse, something to fight, or something now that's multiplayer that we could all come together and participate. I don't mean just raids, but there's really never been a combat update in general.
I agree that the land combat could use a lot added to it. We need bad guys.
We do need bad guys.
Have you ever played that little pixel game that's on Steam called Starbound?
No, I never have.
Oh, it's
so good.
I started playing it this past week. I got it, and it's almost like Sean Murray and it's an older game. It's almost like Sean Murray and whoever designed that game were talking to each other, because there are a lot of similarities other than, except Starbound is 2D. It's a 2D
right, yeah,
thing. When you land on a planet in that game, you're not sure if you're going to encounter friendly people or people who are going to try to shoot you, because there's a certain number of races in the game. And if you land on a planet, some of that same race, they might be friendly, like a friendly village. Then there's other planets where you run into that same race. They're like tribal, and they shoot anybody that shows up.
Right.
I think No Man's Sky could do that. Like, if you're in a Gex system, there could be like pirate or rogue Gex outposts or whatever on a planet that if you approach, they will shoot you, or you can defend yourself and try to take them out. But I think that's what it means.
Well, my thing about the combat right now in No Man's Sky is kind of like what Cobra said. It's more of a nuisance than it is really a threat, right? It's just kind of there. It's a very poor man's first-person shooter, right? The guns don't feel weighted. Any multi-tool can be upgraded with all weapons. There's no real reason to utilize weapons, because if you are attacked by anything, you can just get in your ship and fly away and outrun it. So the combat's not there unless you're forcing the combat, and that's not the way it should be. That threat should always be there, kind of looming.
Right.
And I think you can get that with the exploration and the variation and the points of interest, because then when you go to these places and you're looking for stuff, then there's always that impending threat on what's going to happen around the corner, and
right.
you don't really have that.
And No Man's Sky was kind of built on a peaceful exploration. They wanted to not have a dystopian type of sci-fi game like every other game. But there were 4 pillars to No Man's Sky. There was fight, trade, explore, and survive. I think they have nailed survive better than any game I've ever played. It is just so, playing survival, especially in the beginning, is so much fun.
Yeah, you were having a lot of fun when you threw your controller and stormed out of the room.
I know. Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah, the death loop, before they fixed the death loop, I had the death loop where I was dying every 4 seconds, and there was a Thamium 9 5 seconds away, but I was dying every 4 seconds. But the pillars is really important to reflect on. Fight and trade, I think, are the two most neglected pillars of No Man's Sky. They've really done a lot for exploration. They've done a lot for survive. But the fight and the trade, I think the trade is probably the most neglected. And that was one of the things that I was really interested in. And you play the trade portion in Elite Dangerous. You play it in Star Citizen. Star Citizen is really immersive as far as trade goes. And I would like to see something. And Hello Games is no stranger to getting ideas from other games. Their UI system looks a lot like Destiny, or did, you know what I mean? So they take inspiration and build it on top of their own ambition. I wouldn't mind seeing something similar in No Man's Sky that you have in Star Citizen, where you're literally picking up delivery missions and taking them to other space stations or other places on the planets and delivering stuff to earn units in No Man's Sky or earn Quicksilver. So I think that there's a lot of opportunity there for trade and a lot of opportunity for fight.
Some of the missions are like that, though. In the mission boards, there's deliveries. I mean, you deliver it to a planetary outpost, and then you have to go back, and then you get your nanites or whatever the reward was.
But again, and those are cool. I mean, because I do them from time to time to change up the gameplay a little bit. But my thing is, I think all these pillars, these 4 pillars, they kind of all tie in together. They all work off of one another, and I know that there's a large community that is really heavy in space exploration. But my thing, so let me paint a picture. All right, so check this out. In some of the ancient ruins, you have chests where you have to collect the 3 keys, you unlock the chest, and inside is some artifact that's really old, and you can sell it in the galactic trade. Done. But what if they took it a step further than that, right? Because we have multi-tools, and we have stats on those multi-tools. In the Nexus, you can earn the Quicksilver to purchase the armor, the Viking armor, right? That changes your appearance. But what if there were stats that were tied to those items as well? And you could find Gek armor, or you could find Korvax armor, or whatever, right? So now what happens is you take your character, you land on a planet, and you find this ancient ruined city. And yep, I'm bringing up cities, right? But
you better.
But the city is abandoned, right? It's like a ghost town. It's like it's desolate, right? But there's all these buildings and there's all these rooms that were left behind. And in some of those rooms, you might find an alien threat, a species, right? That is very threatening. And maybe that's why the city is abandoned. And you might find chests in there. They might have blueprints that maybe you've already learned and you could take back to your outpost and put them up on Galactic Trade like an online auction house. Or maybe you find, or maybe you can make it your house. Yeah, or maybe you can find armor down there that you can change up on your character and boost his stats. So that way he can take more damage in a hazard environment, or he can take more hits from planetary pirates, right, that are on ground. There's right. Just, but all that stuff is kind of intermingled because now you have trade mixed in with fighting, mixed in with exploration, points of interest. So, yeah, I think it's all tied together, and I think that they have those foundations built. They just need to expand on them.
That's true.
I agree.
Why not restore said ancient ruins?
Yeah, exactly. Like you can make one your home.
Well, I've seen other players where they've set base terminals down and they've added on to an ancient city and incorporated into their base builds. But yeah, restoration would be very cool, especially with the abandoned space station.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Yeah, I'd be into that. I think.
Wow. Got a lot of people.
Also, yeah, and they also really need. Again, it's probably not possible on current gen. If there's any way they can get biome, I know we talked about it ad nauseum. Biome diversity. Da 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 da. I was just playing the game earlier, and my nephew was up here watching me, and my first base was on a desert planet. Then I went to another system. I had to go to a planet because mission took me there. It was a desert planet. I went down to the planet and I said, I bet you think this is the same planet I came from. And he's like, yep. I'm like, it is not. So that should not be happening. That's something they have to work on.
Yeah.
I get it. They have added assets to every biome, so it helps a little bit, but it's just there's got, and I'm not saying I know what the answer is, but I'm not an artist, so I'm the wrong person to ask. So there's something about that has to change.
It'd be nice if they could do like Elite Dangerous, or at least like use of the algorithm that exists for like how the universe exists, how planets are generated and whatnot, so they can maybe create like, even though in a cartoony universe, a very like, like where things are a lot different. Like you're bound to find some things that are the same, but most of the time you would be bound to find something very different.
Are you trying to? Are you mentioning like procedural generation?
Not really procedural, but more or less like kind of calculated generation, because with an algorithm that is based off. Well, I'm sure we can find like lots of like algorithm.
I hate to interrupt here, but I do see some videos out there that the people who were data mining saw a lot of new folders with a lot of new assets, indeed, with new plants and new fauna they kind of add. So I think this might be part of the big summer update that is coming out. So hopefully they kind of work on the new proc gen to have planets more
I think they are. I really do.
Well,
look,
and that's part of the reason why I brought up the combat, right? Because we still have files, those data mine files in there that talk about base turrets and base defense ships, and they have like wind turbines, and they have more stuff for base building parts. But it almost makes it sound like you're building stuff to defend your base.
Exactly. I've in the past, I've always used the data mine files and said, take eating for example. Food, right? I talked about that probably a year before we got it, and every time there was an update, I thought, hey, we're getting food because look at these data mine files. Nope. Hey, there's an update. Look at this. Remember the food? Nope, we didn't get it. And then all of a sudden, one day, we got the food. Right? So it is important to look at those data mine files, even though most of them have been there, according to Rayrod, that we don't have those yet. We've never gotten them yet. But guess what? Now we just might. So those data mine files are important to look at.
I also have like it's kind of speculation, because we always like to speculate, but I have this thought in my head, right? Notice how we see all these strange things in lores and in abandoned buildings. We see all this strange stuff going on, and now we have those bioships. What if there is going to be a new alien species that actually owns the bioships, that are not happy that we have breached the dimensions and we have these bioships, and that those are going to become the new enemy, some new sort of bio species we need to defend and we're working up to? Because if you look back to all the buildings, you see all these strange stories in the lore you get from the little machines you click on, like there was something happening before time. So maybe they're working towards that. If we've got those bioships now, that is new. Maybe there is like an alien race that owns those bioships, and they are not happy that we actually got them. And
right.
That's going to be the enemy in the future. Who knows? It's nice to speculate about.
There was discussion, and I don't know if the lore leads up to this or not. I think I might have seen it on Procedural Traveler, or I don't know. I don't remember who brought it up, but it was somebody else's content. And they were talking that Nada and Polo is not to be trusted. And then they were talking about how they have a, when you go and talk to, Nada, that there's a dissected Sentinel Scout sitting next to him. And if you look at the back of his cloak, he's the only one in the game that wears a cloak. And it's got the Atlas symbol on it. And then you go to further talk about the construct, that where you buy all your Quicksilver items from, and how that's where you purchase the alien egg, right? That hatches your ship. So maybe we're just being kind of duped in all of this, and maybe Nada and Polo are really kind of bad, and maybe they're setting us up for a big fall.
Very true.
Who knows?
Remember that recording that was on my tape a long time ago? It warned us. Remember that. It was warning us not to seek the answer.
You played that at least 3 times, as I recall. Maybe 4.
Yeah. Okay, so when we end the call here, I definitely want to stick around and take and pay attention to the chat, because I haven't been doing that. Once I get on the call, I like to pay attention to the people who call in. So I see Devlin she's in the chat. Thank you so much for coming by. A lot of people, a lot of amazing people, a lot of names that I haven't seen for so long. And Crow Tamer, we got Snow Obsidian. So a lot of amazing people, and I just want to focus on them at the end of the show. Just have a little chat with everybody here before we get off. But we're about ready to wrap it up. Is there anything that probably should have got brought up that maybe you didn't get off your chest?
Yeah, the answer is 42.
The answer is 42.
I thought it was 16.
It was?
Nope.
Yeah. They upped it to 42, new gen,
The answer to life, the universe, and everything.
Yeah. We're also going to be doing this on for Star Citizen as well. So I see a lot of Star Citizen, a lot of citizens in the voice room here. We're going to be starting at about 6:15, 6:20-ish over there on the other channel, doing a Star Citizen subcast where you guys get to call in. And it's something very similar to this, but definitely tailored to Star Citizen. We've got a lot of exciting things to talk about over there as well.
Cobra, Phil Cartoons in the chat has a question for you. How often are you going to plan the subcast for No Man's Sky?
Once a week, right here.
Once a week.
Yep,
cool.
Once a week.
Nice.
I'm going to try it on Fridays. It might change per week because I don't want to have these things rushed. So I'm going to try and do these on my day off. So normally I get Fridays off. Sometimes I don't. So it might be, I might announce on Twitter. So follow me on Twitter. I might say, hey, it's going to be Thursday this week, or it'll be Friday this week. I'm always like a week ahead. I'll let everybody know. But I feel that we're heading into something super special with No Man's Sky. There's an update coming. Don't get that messed up with this crossplay, that this is not the big update. Sean Murray said that they're working on a large content update and small content updates. So that's in the post for this crossplay thing. So they're working on large content updates. And remember that 4chan post, because I do believe, and I normally don't believe in rumors, but I think when there's smoke, there's fire. And the 4chan thing could be real. I really think it is. So we've got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot to talk about in the future with their new game that they're working on, that I think we got a glimpse of the war room of that. And there's just a lot to talk about. Next Gen's coming around. What are they going to do with Next Gen? Don't know yet. Carpets and Curtains says Snow Obsidian. That's right.
But I don't think we're going to see. I don't think we're going to see another small update. I think the next update is going to be our summer update, and it'll be big.
I think that a lot of things are going to connect together. The mechs, I think they're going to connect into something bigger. And I think that it's hard for them to do what they used to do with No Man's Sky, because I think a good portion of their team is working on the next ambitious project. So I think it's become slower to do these No Man's Sky updates. But they're by no means done. Remember, Greg Buchanan worked on new lore. Have we seen it yet? No.
Are we finally gonna get our space whales and our sandworms? Like, finally, I want them.
We see new lore. Yeah, right. Space whales. We see new lore with the living ship stuff, but he mentioned this after all of that and said, I can finally say what I've been working on. Did some new lore pieces for No Man's Sky. So I don't think it's any of the new stuff that we got with the living ships. I think this is something that we're going to get in the future.
They set up the community, the weekend community missions again. I saw a post where we have a brand new community mission for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah.
and there's new lore to that, or there's new story to that. I don't know if Greg Buchanan was a part of that or not, but there is new missions.
I don't think that they would commission him and pay him again to just do lore for that. You know what I mean? That's going to be monies being spent on a good content update. You know, like Sean Murray said, we were still working on a large content update. So, carpets and curtains, everybody, like everyone's saying, carpets and curtains. Remember, calm yourselves down. And I need to calm myself down. So, we're going to convene here once a week, talk about any updates that we see, any news. If you guys see something that you think that I might have missed, tweet it at me, and we'll definitely bring it up on the show. As always, this is a place where you can have a voice, talk about anything you'd like to talk about with No Man's Sky. Nothing's changed, even though we're in a different place temporarily. I hope to bring and mix all of this into one show on Friday on the other channel in the future. So if you unsubbed over there because you were mad at me, resub, because it's this channel it's going to be temporary. I hope. I want to bring all spacefaring gaming nerds under one roof.
You're going to have to go and do something deliberately horrible for me to unsub.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
And salt my maple syrup and you'll be done.
So, to kind of get an idea of what's been happening over there, I know a lot of people aren't watching all the videos. There's a story arc that's happening over on Star Citizen where I really would like a lot of people to at least watch. I'm noticing that there's people that watch it that don't even own Star Citizen, and they treat it like a Netflix show. My wife now plays with me in the verse, and
I keep waiting for her to shoot you again.
Yes, exactly. She became a bounty. She did something wrong, and she was wanted by players in the server. I thought the best way to save her is I took her bounty and I killed her, so that way nobody could hunt her anymore.
You killed your wife?
It sound like me, man. That's not good.
So
not good.
instead of her thinking, "Oh, how sweet that was," she decides she's going to get revenge on me. Now, we have these box delivery missions in Star Citizen where you literally physically get a box and you physically put it on your ship and you physically take it to where you need to take it. She lands on a very snowy planet called Microtech, and she self-destructs her ship and then calls me on the voice comms and tells me, "I crashed, I need you to come pick me up." So I'm like, what? So I go over, I pick her up, I land, and I open up the back door for her to get in. And what does she do? She grabs my box and she starts running away with it. And I said, "What are you doing?" She goes, "You killed me. I'm taking your box." I'm like, "That's your revenge? You steal my box?" And she goes, "Yeah." So I'm like, "All right, I'm going to chase you down. I'm going to have to kill you again." So I got out of the ship, chased her through this forest. And when I say forest, I'm telling you guys, it's an actual freaking forest on this blizzard, terraformed, ruined world. And I'm chasing her through there, and I'm telling her, I can see where you're at because we're in a party. You're not going to be able to get away from me. So she leaves the party, so I can't see her marker anymore. And then we're running more, and I decide to go ahead and let her know. I said, "I'm tracking the box mission so I can see where the box is." So she throws the box in the middle of the forest. She hides behind a bunch of trees. All of a sudden, I come running in because it seemed like she stopped moving, and there's a box in the middle of nowhere. She's nowhere to be found. And I'm like, what the heck? And I'm looking around, I'm like, "Where did you go? Come on." And we're on Discord, but she's ignoring me, right? We're on the call, but she's ignoring me. And all of a sudden, she comes out of nowhere and shoots me in the back of the head.
That's why
Billy the Kid is such a lofty leverage.
Dude.
That's why people, the unofficial leader of the Cobra Force is Vega, because she's...
Oh, come on with that.
She pulls that strat on you like a boss, and you fell for it.
Yeah.
Hey, Cobra, in all fairness, she did save you from prison, man.
You seen that too?
Yeah.
Oh God. Thank you for watching that, man. Yeah, we have so much fun together. Yes, she's sneaky, Daniel.
Everything about it, like the whole series, but I don't know. Like, is it like under like one of the lecture list?
Huh?
how to say in English, but like
Playlist.
yeah, playlist. Is it under a playlist?
No, you just kind of have to. I try to make them,
navigate through. Okay.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I was sort of rooting for her to steal your ship and leave you there with a box.
I started rooting.
Yeah,
for
right.
Honestly.
All I'm hearing from this,
So,
Cobra, is
Cobra,
that
I gotta know, how did you get your wife to play with you?
She's a gamer. When we first met, she was so shy. I'm not used to shy girls, and she was so shy that the only thing that broke the ice was she was a Burnout 3 fanatic, right? She loved Burnout 3. Happens to be that Sean Murray worked on that game too, right? Kind of funny about that. But so I didn't know how to talk to her. So whenever I come over to her house to hang out with her, we'd sit there and play Burnout together. And I hated racing games, but that was the only way I could connect with her. And so she would beat me every time for the first couple of weeks. And then after that, she was never winning anymore. I beat her every single time. And my arm became black and blue because every time I would win, she would punch me. But yeah, she's a big time gamer.
Don't insult her game if you're not gonna be then looking behind your shoulder because she's gonna come running at one point with something.
Well, she throws stuff at me all the time on screen. The guys in the chat would be like, "Vega, go downstairs and throw something at him," and she does. All right. I got to get ready for the other Subcast show. Remember, we're going to be doing this once a week. I will let you know on Twitter if that day changes. If it's not going to be Friday, I'll let you know what day it is. I look forward to this. So let's get our topics that we want to bring up throughout the week and call in. Let me know what you want to hear. Remember, we are a constellation. That is not ended. Pay attention to the people in chat. We got THTD Inc., who is a uploader. He's a content creator. We got Martin Requiem, Harris Boris. Harris, oh my God, Harris. I just noticed you're in chat. I'm going to pay attention to chat here in just a second. I'm going to get off the call. Thank you so much for showing up, Harris. But there's a lot of people that do content creation. Reach out to the people in the chat and just give them a subscribe. Help the community out and just connect those dots. We're all stars. Connect those dots and form a constellation. Okay, so I'm going to get off here. Thank you so much, guys, for calling in, man. I appreciate it. I really do.
Yeah, it was fun, Cobra. Thanks for having me on, man.
All right, man.
Take care.
You too, buddy. You too, man. Okay, so I will talk to you guys next week. And for the Star Citizen guys, I will be back in about, 15, 20 minutes. Got to get everything switched over. All right, and then we'll start.
Man.
Okay.
What channel is this on? Sorry, what channel is this on?
All right, I'll see everybody soon.
I believe he's doing it in this channel.
No, the Star Citizen Subcast will be on the main channel.
No, but the one you were just talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me just take a nice breather here and focus on the chat. Thank you guys for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Great Steam Crowbar. Awesome to see you back, man. Thanks, Awesome Subcast from Fire Knight. Thanks for the stream, Cobra. Glad to see you back in No Man's Sky. Stay safe. Thank you, Pwn Stream. Phil Cartoons. Been great hanging out with y'all. Thank you. Devlin, it was good seeing you in the chat. Harris, oh my God, you guys. I missed you guys so freaking much, man. And if you want to get like an idea, if you weren't here at the beginning, I kind of explained what happened to me. I was a little cuckoo in the head back in September. Not cuckoo, but just I was going through some stuff, and I kind of explained it at the beginning of this podcast. So if you want to kind of get an understanding of everything, just go back and listen to the beginning portion of this. So not yet. in a few minutes. But everything's great now. Life is going great. I do want to thank, from the bottom of my heart, the Patreon supporters who have still stayed from No Man's Sky, who have still stayed on Patreon. I want to thank you so damn much for everything that you've done. And for the things that, the odd, like, where did Cobra go? What's happened to Cobra? And you've been there, and you've helped. Revenge of the Survivor? Yes. It's actually going to be a new show called Return of the Survivor. So we're changing up the title there. But it's going to be coming back, Return of the Survivor, once a week, maybe once every other week. I'll be uploading an episode of it. I got me a controller now because I cannot play No Man's Sky on keyboard and mouse. I tried it, and I don't know what the buttons are. So, but I do believe that everyone that has stayed, especially during this thing that's happening in the world that you're not allowed to say on YouTube, people have still stayed. And I just want to extend a very big thank you. Anybody that's left, I've kept your Patreon roles because I understand. Nothing's changed there. You guys are still have everything. You could still attend the phone calls, the special streams and stuff like that. We're back, baby. We are back. No Man's Sky Subcast. I had so much fun doing this tonight. I really did. I am looking forward to the future too, Husker. And I just wanted to... I'm going to have me one more cigarette. Yes, I know. Don't smoke. I'm getting ready to do this. It's better than ash in my lung, right? It's better than ash. At least my doctor said it's better than ash. That's going to happen here pretty soon. But I'm going to have one more cigarette with you guys and just chill out. It's just us, guys. It's just us. It was a pretty good turnout tonight. I was afraid that people weren't going to show up tonight. It doesn't matter what you play. I'm happy to support you. Thank you, Vanilla. Thank you. And remember, if anybody wants to help in getting a MIDI controller, because I want to get a MIDI controller so I can make my own music. I am a basement musician, and I can create lots of really good lo-fi hip-hop and ambient music on my own instead of using copyrighted content or copyright-free content. Then I would love a little bit of help getting a MIDI controller. I don't want to spend a whole lot of money. Just a cheap one. It's not the MIDI controller I think it matters. It's the software. Sword sent you here. Sword sent me here. Jilly, thank you so much for being here, buddy. I wonder, did Sword came on, but he was kind of quiet. I never played Star Citizen, but I recommend checking out Cobra's videos. It's really fun to watch, especially when the chat convinces Cobra to jump. Oh my gosh, yeah. So I usually get out of my seat when I'm in flight in Star Citizen and walk around my ship. One day I was flying a one-seater that didn't have any walking around. And someone said, and someone knew that. So somebody in chat said, get out of your seat. So I pressed Y to get out of my seat. Guess what happened? I fell out into deep space while I was in hyperspeed. While I was in warp. They call it quantum travel. Oh yeah, thank you, Sword, for sharing the link, buddy. I really appreciate that. And I was so mad, I started pounding on the desk. And I actually laughed for about 5 minutes straight with a very hard palm in my face. And it was live in front of everybody. I mean, come on. I'm Cobra. Of course I'm going to do stuff like that. I recall something about a parachute that wasn't there. Dude, guys, I have fallen out of my ship so many times. Have you... I don't know, maybe she's seen it. Have you seen me fall? Devlin? I recall something about a parachute. I don't have parachutes. I don't have parachutes. I wish I had parachutes. Oh, Sword's driving home, that's why. Okay. Ooh, it's a bit early. That's right. The show was a bit early for you. On a side note, Sword's been joining me in the verse. I envision a future where we could all live together. Thank you so much, Devlin. Big shout out to Devlin, man. I have been watching her post on eTark, and I miss interacting over there on eTark. Wait, it's not called eTark anymore. That's pretty old school, huh? Pretty old school. But yeah, she's really active over there on eTark. If you guys haven't been back there, go back there. I mean, that's it's not a dead place. It's still pretty active. It's the official forums for No Man's Sky. I need to spend some more time over there. I don't even know if I remember my password and login. JSpot J, bingo, bango, bongo. Phil Carter says, gotta run, great show, stay safe. Thank you so much, Phil. I appreciate that, buddy. Wicked Thorn, no school like the old school. 100% right, buddy. You could say eTark all you want. I will correct you, everyone else but you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Devlin. Such a pleasure to see you return, man. Been a follower since 2014 and never considered leaving your channel. I remember how hard it was for No Man's Sky community at launch. We all suffered unfairly. We did. You know what pains me the most, though, is I see some of the same... I see No Man's Sky fans, people that because I've gotten to know the names of the community, and a lot of them are crapping on Star Citizen in the same manner that they were crapped on for No Man's Sky. And I thought that all of us No Man's Sky fans would understand when a game developer is being unjustly, brutally just beaten down in the public view. And I thought, guys, there's this awesome, ambitious game that's getting beat down. We've been through this before. Let's see if we can go help this community out. Hawks does Elite and No Man's Sky. It's healthy to have a side. See, let me explain something. I'm not a content creator. I'm a community builder. I want to build communities where people can meet other people and play with people under one topic. I build communities. That's what I am. I'm a community builder. On my Patreon, it says that Cobra TV is creating communities. Cobra TV is just 5 subs from a Spartan army of 300. Ah, sweet. Cool, man. Thank you, Matt. And so that's why I've temporarily separated No Man's Sky and Star Citizen, because I realize that the two communities don't jive together too well right now. And in the future, what I want to do is have a space gaming community to where people all get together and nerd out over space games, to where you look at my Discord and you'll see different games. Right now, you'll see a Star Citizen room, voice room, that has people in there playing Star Citizen. I want to see a chat room in there, a voice room of people in there playing No Man's Sky together. I want to see another one for Elite Dangerous, of people in there playing Elite Dangerous together. So the community that I want for the future isn't necessarily linked to one game, but I want it to be an umbrella for everybody looking for communities for space games, instead of having infighting and team this and team that. One big space family, exactly, Redman84. And that's what I'm hoping to achieve in the future. It's just not the time for that right now. I can't. That's a task that I found is very difficult. And it's more of a rebranding, right? It's more of a rebranding to instead of Cobra TV being an umbrella for No Man's Sky or Cobra TV being an umbrella for Star Citizen. It's more of a slow rebranding to Cobra TV, an umbrella for ambitious space games. And that's where we're going into the future. So we'll get there. We'll get there. Thank you, Steve. Yeah, Star Citizen is... they've always been against console because they don't want to develop it for console. They want to develop it for PC first, and consoles of the past were not able to run Star Citizen. But we're getting to the point where the consoles are pretty strong, and that's the cat. I believe the consoles now that are coming out for next gen, I looked at the stats on what the hardware was like. They can run Star Citizen. But will they be able to run Star Citizen for the entire generation of the PS5? That's the question. Because Star Citizen is always getting... Shut up, cat. That's right, Matt. Quiet, cat. But anyways, we will come together in the future. That's it, man. I want to thank everyone who showed up tonight. It means a lot to me. You get back into Beyond Good and Evil. Let me tell you a little story about Beyond Good and Evil. I had an NDA for Beyond Good and Evil. And they were showing us stuff and daring us not to say anything. We were getting a lot of stuff to see that the public wasn't able to see. And I do speculation videos. So I was like, I asked him, I said, what if I accidentally speculate? And before the video gets uploaded, or while the video is being uploaded, let me turn off that notification. I had it on in case somebody donated. I would be able to see the notification. Okay. And I said, what if I got it right and didn't see that during the time I uploaded, you actually posted that fact and you think I broke NDA? They said, well, make sure you double check before you upload. So I surrendered the ability to be able to see what they wanted to show. I'm no longer in that special Discord. I left. I asked to be taken off of any list, any emails, everything. And they did. They took me off of everything. I no longer have eyes on the inside of Beyond Good and Evil 2. And I'm glad. I don't think I can put that stuff out there because it's knowledge. I wouldn't want to test that water. Yeah. It wasn't fun having an NDA. I never want an NDA ever again. I thought, hey, I made the big time, right? I got an NDA with Ubisoft. I never want that again. I'll never take it again. I'll never sign one again. I will sign one that's temporary. Like, here's an NDA. You could talk about it next week. That's something I would do. Vilmar says, dang it, Cobra said it would be at night, so I went for a walk. Oh, man, I'm sorry. 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It was supposed to run till 6, but now it's 6:18. So I'm late for the other show. I got to do another show tonight. Black Sun Gaming, what's up, dude? Thank you so much for showing up, man. Yeah, we're winding down now. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you for the donations tonight. I think I got 2 donations. And I don't, like I said, I don't want to say the names because the donations have a first name on it and it's not the nickname for YouTube. But if you did donate, please shout it out in the chat there and I will I will celebrate you. Thank you. Thank you, Cobra. It's been good, says Fat Killers. Oh my God, the names. I missed you guys so much. And always remember, if you have any input on what you want to see on the Subcast, man, I love input. I love direction. I love challenges. So please, we didn't have Ray Rudd tonight. Let me see if he's messaged me back. No. He must have fell asleep. So maybe we'll have Ray Rudd on next week. Maybe we'll have him on next week. And maybe we'll have the Subcast early. An earlier Subcast. So I'm going to get out of here, get ready for the next show. And I donated a liver once at Cobra TV. Martin Requiem. I still drink half a whiskey. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. Big Pitch TGT? Ooh, yeah, man. Wouldn't that be nice to bring that back, huh? It would be. Ray Rudd next week confirmed. I know he wanted to come on. And so, probably, most likely, yes. He's going to probably text me in a little bit saying, oh my God, I fell asleep. I'm so sorry. Because you know how he eats. He probably get filled up in his tummy and just passed right out. Yeah, we'll talk about that, Steve. We'll talk about it. I got your message on Facebook. I'll connect. I'll hook up with you, Steve. I didn't mean to ignore it. I read it and then I just didn't reply. Not out of any animosity. I just haven't had a chance to reply to it. I do that stuff to my mom and dad too, and they send me like these memes that say, "You left me on red." I usually look at those messages while I'm at work, and I don't have time to respond. And then when I get home, I don't remember to go back. So I apologize for that. I will hook up with you. It's a new era, and if I don't message you, Steve, just send me a reminder. Just say bump or something like that. If I don't message you within the next 24 hours or whatever. All right, I got to go, guys. You guys stay safe and stay healthy. Be well, Cobras. Be well. See you next week. Love you guys. It's good to be back. Bye, everybody.